July 30, 2023. Time was 6:15 in the evening. And this was the moment when I uploaded my first attempt at making the MrBeast logo look realistic. Since then, a year has passed. I have grown, my skills have improved, and my perspective has changed. And then this comment. Thank you. That's all it took. So here I am once again asking myself, what if I did it better? What if I pushed it further? It is the time for version 2. But first, let's take a look at what are the things that I should consider to change in this version. The color tone. It is taking most of the design. I should have used some blend diff to get that realistic feel. The dimension. It looks kind of flat, probably because I didn't add enough shadows. More we'll figure out along the way. Let's fire up the Photoshop and get started. Like I said, the original one looked kind of flat. This time I went with a different perspective. This idea hit me while rewatching my last video. I started with a quick sketch to get a rough idea of where to go next, but that was a terrible idea to record. Why? Look at this. Then I went on a mission to find a perfect shape of the lion's head. Back then I pulled off the original version using just single image and a fire overlay. Guess what? Same thing happened this time. After getting the exact image, I quickly moved on to removing the background. When it comes to background removal, I still chose brush tool over any other tools. Maybe because it just gives me more control. Wait a second. Why this thing has wider teeth than me?
I don't know.
Then I positioned it to roughly match with that sketch. Now for the lower part, well, let's be honest, it's just his neck. I decided to make this neck like this in this shape so that it will have an original logo vibe. We'll find out. First I tried using this joint part from another image to connect the head to the neck. I didn't want to let it float. But then I decided to go with the main image and yep, wasted those moments. Gotta admit that this is looking pretty badass. This part, these hairs. To make it look like a proper lion, we have to have a lot of hairs, just like this guy.
Huh?
So I borrowed some of those and used them in my version. I didn't add these in my original one because back then I saw it as a panther. And honestly, I still think the original MrBeast logo looks more like a panther. I'm not considering the new ones. Still, it wasn't looking as brutal like they used to be. To fix that, I made the ears edgy and alert because that's what a beast should look like. You get my point? No? Fine. Just enjoy looking at it. Enhanced it even more, I implanted these canine teeth, and believe me, this was the moment when I felt like I'm moving in the right direction. Gave them little warp to make them sharp and pointy like they should be. Added shadows to give them a rounder, more natural look. Finally, some overall ambient shadows to bring in that depth and dimension. The base was done, and without wasting a sec, I started to turn this guy into MrBeast logo. To turn it into blue, I used a hue and saturation layer, just like I did it in my original version. But you know what I didn't do back then? Blend diff. That would have made it look way more natural. Then little color balance, cleaned up some unwanted part, and voila, there you have the beast. Now guess, what is left in here? Yup, that's the lightning bolt. Without it, nah, I can't imagine that. Again, first I made a little sketch to that lightning bolt so that I would have some idea where I was going. Then to bring it to life, I start searching for a fire overlay that can fit into my imagination. To give this overlay the desired shape, believe me, it was an ordeal. Why? Just watch this. I'm not gonna say a single word anymore. You know what I just realized? From this to this, it took me around an hour and a half. And then from this to this, it took me again an hour. Still, I wasn't satisfied with it. Later, I made little tweaks. Then I painted little highlights because now we have a bright light source in here. That is this lightning bolt. At this point, I assumed it was complete and decided to place this guy in an environment. Quick camera raw filter to give it that final touch, and this is what I was aiming for. This is the exact replica of what I have imagined when I decided to make this video. After recording this video, I made few more tweaks, straightened the lightning bolt, added saliva to bring it to life, and now here is the final result. Now let's just compare the perspective. The new one is looking more dynamic. Obviously I had to stick with the shape of the original logo in my previous version. Then the skin color, huge difference. It is looking more real now. And the lightning bolt. Honestly, I kind of prefer the one in the previous version, although new one is looking great, but this one, and now it's up to you. I'm out.